So just to test it, I've got 3 nickel metal hydride batteries here that I've rigged up to duplicate what was in there. As I said, the on-off switch that just fell apart as soon as I touched it, so that can go in the bin. So I've bypassed that. I've got a couple of bits of wire down here. Let's come down a bit lower. That I've just connected on. So when I push that battery in, that will be the same as it all being connected up without the on-off switch in circuit. So if we do this, there we go. All 3 of them on at the same time. I was expecting them to cycle round. Oh, they are. The blues have gone out. Reds are fading, yeah. Now the reds and blues have come back. I've no idea how well charged those batteries are. I do tend to leave them laying around. Greens have gone out. Right, now what happens if I lift this up and get sunlight on the solar panel? Nothing. Now I would expect that to switch off if the solar panel is working. So what I'll do now is I'll shine a light directly on here to simulate sunlight. No, it's having no effect. So I would say that panel is no use. So if we want to get this working, we've got to get a new battery box and a new solar cell. Unless that one, wait a minute, that one's come loose in there. I can see the, hang on, put the camera down so we can see. The black wire from the solar panel has dropped off. So I'm going to have to try and get that circuit out. So it's hot glued in place. So I'll have to try and work on that, see if I can get it out, and then we can see if we can reconnect the solar panel. To release hot glue from what it's stuck to, you can usually dribble surgical spirit around it, if we had something a little bit longer, and that will get between the plastic and the hot glue. Let's try this. It doesn't dissolve the glue, it just gets between the glue and what it's stuck to. There we go. those wires have just corroded away. We've got BA plus S for the solar panel, and I reckon those two tags that are broken off those two will be the two black wires that have fallen off, I reckon. That red one's going to fall off any second now anyway. I don't think we can get that lump of hot glue off because it's actually right the way round one of the resistors that's in there. Anyway, I'll do a bit more work, see if we can tidy things up. Next stage, I've rewired the solar panel, but it's not having any effect. If I put a light directly on it, those LEDs should switch off, and they're not. If I use this solar panel, which is going to pick up enough light from daylight anyway, if I go across the tags where it should be, there we go. So putting some power onto those two tags from another solar panel switches the LEDs off. So during the day that would be charging the batteries, and when the sun goes down the LEDs come on. So it looks like that panel is no use at all. I could try cleaning it off, but I think by shining a light directly on it, that should have actually got round any problems. I could try cleaning it off, but I think I'll be wasting my time. Just trying toothpaste. Just to be doubly sure, I've actually gone right in there and resoldered fresh wires directly onto the back of the solar panel, and it doesn't work. Lights on at the moment. Turn that over so it faces the sun, or at least daylight, and that should be enough to turn it off again, or turn the lights off again, and it doesn't. So I'm thinking I might actually see if I can get that panel out. I've got it soaking with some surgical spirit at the moment to try and loosen off the hot glue that it's held in place with. I think I might be able to replace these electrical connectors. I think I might have some spares that I've recovered from other things, and we might be able to reuse this battery box. Need a new on-off switch. I've managed to get the screws out that I'd had to drill out. So I managed to get some pliers on them and grit the ends of them and undo them. So we might be able to reuse this panel and get it all working. Right, current situation. I've decided this solar panel does not work. I've had a good look for a RS72 by 45. No idea what the RS stands for. It might be the voltage category, I don't know. Anyway, we do need one that's 72mm by 45mm if we want to put it back in the original shell. What I've done at the moment is I've rigged it up with this much larger panel, 84 by 112, and as you can see I've lifted it up so there's sunlight on there, or light, so the LEDs have gone out. If I cover them, put them back down there, LEDs come back on again. So I'm going to leave this like this on the table for at least a couple of nights, so we can actually see if it keeps those three AA nickel metal hydride batteries charged up. And I've ordered the closest to this that I can find. Off the top of my head, I think it was something like 68 by 38 or something like that. So it's a little bit smaller. I can find some that are just a bit bigger, but they just won't fit on there. They're 100. Oh, I think I found one that was 80 actually, or 85. Either way, it would be too wide, and I think it was 60 deep, which would be too deep. That did look like an ideal sized panel, but so it won't fit on there. I could 3D print one, but I'm rather keen to see if we can replace the metal springs in this and get it back working as it was originally with a new panel. Now the panel that I've ordered has cost me £4.32, which is, well, in my scheme of things, a crazy price for something that I'm just trying to get back working for the interest of it, the fun of it. I don't need this by any stretch of the imagination, but if we can get it working, it will be interesting. So that's the current plan. Solar panels on order, and I'll leave this out at the moment just to see if it keeps itself charged up. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.